So I finally got in the last figure I needed from this 50th anniversary Lucasfilm wave for the vintage collection. And it's VC190. It's Paploo. And I thought it'd be neat to just kind of compare him to his previous release, which was actually a 2-pack, so that's why I have both of them sitting here. But we'll do that in a minute. Let's first take a look at this card. So you have your 50th Lucasfilm anniversary tag up here on the top here. And Return of the Jedi, Paploo. And I think it's interesting that this has been going on since the vintage days, so it's a nice little nod that Hasbro's keeping this alive, that they're using the wrong image. This is actually Ramba, for all you Ewok aficionados out there. And but there's the figure, Paploo figure there. And a little knife and his staff there. And looks like they've updated his headpiece, which is kind of cool. But we'll get to that in a little bit. And so we got a nice little Kenner label there. And looking on the back, so you have VC190. There's the rest of the wave, which I've already reviewed for each of those. And a nice little the timeline that we've seen on the rest of them. And all the legalese there. I gotta say I'm pretty impressed that this figure was shipped in a box, and the card looks really good. I kind of feel bad, almost feel bad opening it, but this guy is destined for my Endor shelf, so that's where he's gonna go. And so I'm gonna open the figure up now, and we'll compare him to the Legacy version, which we'll do in just a minute. All right, so here's the Paploo figure out of the package. And I'll take a quick look at him before we do the compare. So he's got his little stone knife there and his staff. A really nice sculpt on him. He looks pretty good. And give a quick look around here. Nice belt. This knife, and this does go in. The knife does go in the sheath here. Let me show you there. Don't with his arm in the way, but it fits in there quite nicely. And so he does, his head's on a, here I'll show you, I'll take the headdress off there. Look at this little Merge, little teddy bear. So head's on a ball joint. You got 2 ball hinge shoulders and elbows with swivel wrists, and then you have ball hinged hips, which is nice. No knee articulation, legs a little too short, but he does have the ball hinged ankles, which is nice. So he's pretty posable, and so he'll do well on the shelves there with the rest of the tribe. And so he's definitely pretty cool. So the previous release, I'll put him there, was actually a 2-pack in the Legacy collection. So you have Paploo and Noah Pack here. Now I'm going to just put him aside because that's not the guy we're going to be comparing here, but I just figured I'd have the rest of the thing out. So here's a little angry teddy bear there, and he does have another knife and sheath. That looks cool. At the sheath looks very similar, so that fits in there. There's his staff. There we go. And so he's a little different on the articulation. I mean, it's a much older. His figure's about 10 years old, give or take. But he's got his staff. It's the little thing that's for flinging rocks. So it's a little more pronounced here, but neat there. So he's also got his headdress here. Oops, and his head popped right out. So it's a ball head. Look at that, guys. I just popped that bag on. So he's got ball hinge shoulders, no elbow articulation, unlike his the new vintage collection counterpart, but swivel wrists, and then he has swivel hips and ball hinged ankles. Again, no knee articulation, and there's a little swivel at the waist. I'd rather check that on him. Does he have a swivel waist? No, he does not. So he's got, so definitely a different sculpt. So it's not a straight repack, say like the ATST driver was. You can see here their staffs are a little different too. This is the legacy version, and here is the new version. There we go. Let's focus on that. So legacy version and vintage collection version here. So they're a little different, and that's nice. I kind of wanted, because I'm going to display both of these figures on my indoor shelf there. So it's kind of nice that there are some differences. Also, the big thing here is if you look at the headdress here, so he's got this big feather sticking up, where this one doesn't really have that, but you got the feather hanging down here, and it's a little feather design there, similar here, but different enough that I can have them on there. As you can see, the new version, the vintage collection version, is about a head taller. Scientific measurement there, but so he's about a head taller, so it's, different look in the face. So these guys are just different enough that I can put them up there and it won't look ridiculous, so that's nice. So it's enough. And little peg holes on the feet there. Oh, they even redid the feet. Look at the bottom of the feet there. That's kind of cool. And so, I'm definitely very pleased. I mean, the Legacy Collection figure is really good, but this is definitely a nice improvement. So, it's another one for the complete the 96 there for the Vintage Collection, which is nice. And it's definitely a nice addition. It'll be nice and posable, especially as I get ready to do a redesign on that shelf, make it look more like a battle. But that's going to do it for this video. And so thank you so much for watching. And if you've not already subscribed, and this is your chance, hit the subscribe button there if you want to be part of this community. I'm trying to grow, and as well as give back to the greater collection community as a whole, with, showing all this stuff. And leave a like, leave a comment. Is this one you're going to get? If this one you decided to pass on, that's fine too. I'm just kind of curious. And we all collect differently, so that's kind of the fun of this hobby. But that's pretty much it. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter. And that's it for now. And until next time, may the Force be with you.
Remember, the Force will be with you always. The Force will be with you.